Alright everybody, welcome to the Sims 3 Let's Play Homeless University Challenge, episode 15 with me, Frog Snack. This is actually a speed video, but not because I'm lazy. I lost the audio, or rather the audio never recorded from this episode, so I've been messing with it all week trying to find an uncorrupted version of the file, but it was just corrupted, and unfortunately we have it now as a really quick episode instead, and I'll just go over what's happening. I did give Ava a bit of a makeover, so when she got back to college, she has a couple new outfits. She's got like bedhead when she goes to bed and cool things like that. So you'll see that a little bit as I'm playing. I do have the next episode recorded, and I will upload that right after this. So, not to have a teaser, but I wanted to make sure that you guys got to see the beginning of her going back to school, because she did really well academically so far. This episode is essentially just her kind of getting used to it. We did let her go and donate plasma, so that's what she's checking the job board out for now, because she never did that before. Her classes aren't terribly different, but I was relieved to see we don't have that Girls of Mathematics BS class that we had before. And she got some weird dares and things, so I wanted to get her right into just going to class and figuring things out and seeing how far we could take it. I did also get her a new tent, so she has this awesome tent. You'll notice that is the huge one. It's like, I don't know if it's really a 4-bedroom or something. I don't remember from the description. But essentially, it's the more expensive of the two that you would have to buy if you went to Egypt. And it turned out that it had an incredible sleeping score, so it actually does really well for her sleeping compared to the other tent, so that was cool. Also, the first thing I noticed when we got back to university is that it was winter. So she left during fall, and she came back during winter, which I thought was super cool. And it was just a neat environment change where she came back to a totally different environment. And yeah, for the first time I noticed the graphics on those poles, which was kind of cool, so I guess advertising a play or something. And then we immediately met another, I don't know, eligible bachelor, or he's not eligible, or who cares at this point. They all just seem to like each other based on the fact that they've learned anything at all. So I guess Sims, all it takes for them to like each other is that they're not dumb or something. And if you notice, they can both do the school cheer, so they're both jocks. And we did actually start skipping classes. If you notice, I just skipped a class there. And I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. I actually figured out a nice way to get her grades up without her having to go to class. So I was really excited for that. I did a little bit of experimenting. Again, I really wanted you all to be with me on this one, so pardon. But I'm going to jump right back into class as soon as this one concludes. So yeah, and she's getting chilly already. She has a nice new winter outfit, and she's getting chilly. And we took a friendly photo. And we kept it platonic, and we said, have a nice day to you. Yeah, so there's another guy she gets along with, and you notice they became friends really quickly. So that was cute. I did also choose to put her back in the same dorm that she was at immediately, or in the beginning, because I had that option, but it was just nice to have her go back to someplace that was familiar. Dark, ugly kitchen. This is the first thing I updated when I first played University, like even just a little bit, as I updated this kitchen, and you can tell in this version I have not. It's kind of annoying. And I went right back to my old folly with having her eat, bread and stuff out of the pockets, because that was just so much fun last time. So I went ahead and downloaded the cupcakes and the extra cakes and things. So that's just me putting it into her inventory to prepare. So this basically... she sort of is a social recluse so that she can just study for class, and it's almost impossible not to be that way. Now, these are also some of the new neighbors I'm looking in here, or some of the roommates, which I got totally different roommates for this lot, which I thought was interesting. So my first thought was, well, all the people we met before, are they not here? But I saw that they are here, so it seemed like the Sims... Nice dress, by the way. That's another test of time dress I created that appears in this game. It's just ironic when it just picks clothing. It's like the wrong era. It's just whatever. Go ahead with it. Right, but essentially the anybody that was living in houses and that, well, those people still live in those houses, and they're still there, but then everybody in the dorms, I don't know if all the dorms switched or just the one we were living in. So it's the second semester, you would actually assume, or I would assume, that all the same people are there. So, but that was not the case. So we really just met one new person this time, and I got her immediately into studying, and I got her into reading. Somewhere in here, she wanted to learn a new recipe, so I went ahead and went out and bought her new recipes, and then her immediate wish was to learn how to make them. So it was one of those things where I didn't want to cheat on her learning how to cook just because she lives outside and apparently can't really grill anything, which was kind of a disappointment, but I'm not giving her a fridge outside. She's supposed to be properly homeless. But we went ahead and bought some recipes and let her learn how to make ratatouille, and I think then she learned how to make mushroom omelets, which is just one of my personal favorites in real life. I've never actually had ratatouille, however. And then I had her go back and kind of cook everything for all the people in the dorm. And we got to scope out some of the cars, but this lot is impossible. She was unable to steal anything from it. There's just always people running back and forth and watching you, so really I should have just had her make a snow angel or something. If you notice, there's a tag in the top right corner there too. Somebody else is starting a tag. A couple of them. Man, I don't know. People just seem to start them and then they never ever work on them. So, and then I had her come back to the dorm, basically, and create a meal just kind of for everybody. She doesn't sleep in the dorm, but I thought it might be nice. And then ironically, somebody had already created a meal, but I wanted to see what ratatouille looked like. And this is not the kind of thing that she can make outside. Yeah, it seems like we had a weird crop of roommates this time around, too. Figured we would just have her at least start making the meal for everybody and enjoying it, and then she can go right outside. That's her new tent, by the way, which is epic. Yeah, so that's the luxury tent. I love how there's obviously a little stove or something in there that you end up with the little pipe coming out of the side of it. I don't know that you can have things like that in this game or in real life, really, a tent with just a stove in it. Right, so I went in to show it. You have to use the by debug cheat, so it's by debug and then a space, and then you can say on or off, and it toggles it so when you go into the purchasing menu that you end up being able to purchase items, even like little sand piles and decorative things like that appear in just that you don't normally have to use for building, or that they don't normally want your sim to buy. So there's actually ways that you can buy some of the little rewards or the little things that the sim kids will get if they go to a field trip, and they come back with a little bistro set or whatever. Those are actually purchasable through by debug, and so are the tents. So I didn't go to, I didn't have her go to Egypt to buy it. And that's her mushroom omelet, which came out lovely. So basically she slept in her tent for her first time, made breakfast, immediately left, got a bad mood lit. She's working hard, if you notice, but her performance isn't going up too much. So that was just her kind of having a normal day and her performance going up. So, right. And I think I just sold her cooking book because she finally got up to level 3 cooking. Right. Yep, that's what happened. But I love the snow. It was just a beautiful environment for this. It just keeps growing. And then now she noticed she's skipping class, but I had her study a logic book. So if you look in the bottom right there at the arrows, she's definitely getting positive class performance for skipping class right now, which I thought was epic. And then I think after this, well, my evil plan succeeded, so I realized I could have her read not only her class materials, but in the case of technology degree, she's going for logic. And if you saw Jeffrey's face just pop up there, he invited me to a party, and I found it. Where is it? Where is it? What? Not that, well, it's around here. You'll get the idea in a minute. But anyway, we do end up going. So next episode, we're going to a party, which is awesome. But yeah, so she just got to study logic and basically sit around in a nice warm tent and not have to run to class back and forth, which was awesome. And then I have her start an igloo. And that's actually the conclusion of the episode because we got to do wintry things in winter. And I'm going to sign off and tell you guys, see me for the next episode so you can actually watch it happen real time. Thanks. Again, this is Frog Snack signing out.